Welcome to Tampa Bay's Media Talk. I am Janet Sherer. Sitting next to me is Rob Tiisler. How are you?
Janet, I am wonderful. I am sitting here in anticipation of a wonderful Friday, Saturday, Sunday of my life that I've never experienced before. But before I get to that, I get to experience another installment of Media Talk, the place you got to be.
It is. Every Thursday night, Tampa Bay Media Talk brings you interviews with local talent, advertising agencies, chefs tonight.
Yeah, we've got an interesting show tonight about chefs and rum. Rum chefs. Chef rum.
And chef. Also we have an interesting show about the National Advertising Review Council for infomercials.
Something that people probably questions that people really, really want answered. Does all that stuff work?
And this guy finds out. This guy finds out if it happens.
But and keeps an eye on it, which is nice.
And monitors it and makes sure everything
is... It's like the FTC of infomercials in a sense, but special. Anyway, let's say...
FCC?
The FCC. Did I say the FTC?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing.
The FTP of the infomercial world.
Speaking of our guest, Peter Marinello, who is the director of the National Advertising Review Council from New York City, will be calling in. We have Chef Fabrizio Scinardi, the executive chef from Pelagio Trattoria, local restaurant. Or actually, it's at the Renaissance Pavilion. What a better place to have a restaurant in International Plaza. We were just there a couple Saturdays ago. It's wonderful. He's going to be joined by Chris Sherman, the food and wine and spirits critic for the St. Pete Times. Michael Kilgore is here, who is the Vice President of Marketing for the Tampa Bay Performing Arts Center.
A good friend of ours, a good friend of Tampa Digital, a good friend of Media Talk.
Buckified Bert will be being joined. Did I say that right? Buckified Bert will be joined by Eric Pink Floyd, the Director of Operations at All Sports Community.
Pink Floyd, The Wall.
David Warner from the Creative
Loafing.
You
should see this guy. He is a wall.
Oh, he's big. Yeah, he's a good guy, though. I like him. And him and Buckified have this love-hate thing about the whole... Yeah, that's great. I love it.
By the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Frank H. Walters Jr. with his World of Trivia, and we have a special caller in tonight. You know who's calling in?
No.
Derek Brooks is calling in to talk about the Brooks DeBartolo Collegiate High School that just opened up Monday here. Annual. It's first. It just happened Monday. Pretty cool, huh?
Did it sound like I didn't know who's calling in?
No, it didn't.
Oh, man. Well, so I'm looking forward to Derek Brooks calling in. He can call in at any time, so we have to let all of our guests know that Derek Brooks is going to call in, give us a 2-minute dealie, and give us a spiel about it. Yes, Mr. Brooks.
He's a big guy, too. I wonder if he's bigger than Eric Pink Floyd. We'll have to find out. Before we get to our guests, though, a couple of business notes. Tampa Bay's Media Talk is presented by Tampa Digital, but sponsored by the Creative Loafing. Each week, Fresh Ink hits the stands in over 2,600 locations.
You're killing me with
reason.
that.
And what an awesome cover! I just got to do this.
What is awesome about that? It's a bunch of guys with the little thing naked. And it's disgusting.
Why would you not want to pick up your Creative Loafing when you see that cover?
It's disgusting, Janet.
It's a really good thing.
But you got to read it though, because it's an interesting story.
And if you can't get enough of Tampa Bay's Media Talk Live, you can always get it on YouTube, Google, AOL Video, iTunes even, to download it while you're jogging, perhaps, if you want to. You can't get enough? Check it out.
There's nothing that's going to get you to go that extra mile than Janet and Rob on Tampa Bay's Media Talk. When you're down to that last little bit of sweat and you got a little sip of water left, you know you got 9/10 of a mile to go, and you hear us.
You throw your iPod on the ground and run.
But I will also give you another secret too that Janet forgets to mention every week is the fact that you can go to TampaBay'sMediaTalk.com. And right there, you're going to find out all the information you need to know about this show. You're going to be able to look for archives. You're going to be able to answer Frank's trivia question of the week. That's sponsored by La Casa Dolce. You're also going to be able to find out what's happening. Submit your Creative of the Week right here, Honorary Creative of the Week. It is a weekly, notification. Weekly. Talk to me. I'm looking for words here, Frank. A weekly. Cherishing of the creative talent, the creative spirit, and it's here at Tampa Digital Studios.
Speaking of weekly
here with Tampa Bay's Media Talk,
though.
And you know the most creative person that I cherish in my life is Frank Jr., J.R. Walters, H. Sr.
Who let him borrow his mic.
Frank, you had a pretty tough trivia question last week.
Actually, no, it wasn't all that tough. I actually got like 3 or 4 people that knew it. I stumped Bob Ross, though.
Did you? Good.
And when I stumped Bob Ross, I feel pretty good about that. But last week's question was, in the Douglas Adams novel, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which was both a BBC television series and also a movie. I think they did 2 versions of the movie, and they just redid it like 2 years ago.
2?
2, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was. But it was more of a kid's movie, though, wasn't it?
No, man.
No, it wasn't.
It's not a kid's movie.
All right.
But the question was, is they built this big computer to come up with the answer to the life, the universe, and everything. And it took like 1,000 years for this computer to calculate the answer, and everybody's waiting around for it and everything. And when it spits out the answer was 42. And that just made like no sense. But it's a funny ha-ha.
Oh, I get it. It's like a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Comedy.
The book was a comedy. It was fictional.
Oh, it
You know?
wasn't real.
Yeah.
But so nobody won tickets, so I could also
Oh,
get.
Jonesy.
Oh.
Jonesy got it again.
Are you kidding me?
She's the quickest.
Why don't we just
A lot
send
of
her the
people call,
tickets
but
every
Jonesy-
week?
I know, right?
I mean, you know what we're gonna do is
Either that or we
call
got
a disqualification on
let
Susan
the air
Jones.
out of her tires so she's not the first one to work.
That's what we need to do.
And today in history. Oh no,
Okay,
next
but
week's
no.
question. I'm sorry.
Okay, and Janet and I we've been going around and around about this because we wanted to make the trivia question, but I'm not going to do it because we don't have our facts straight. We're going to do it
Oh,
later.
you got to be kidding me.
Even though I
But
printed
today
out
in
an article,
history-
but that's okay.
Okay.
We can ask the name of the person.
In 1923, Billy Jones and Ernie Hare, not the guy that owns the Ford dealership, the Happiness Boys were the first people on the radio that did the very first comedy show on the radio in 1923. And they were also the very first persons credited with creating and singing the first commercial. The first jingle.
Here's what I'm gonna expect from the people that I know on our Media Talk list. I'm gonna expect Tony Belmont
Yes.
to answer that question.
Okay.
There you go.
Who is the president and proprietor of the comedy club, the first comedy museum on Treasure Island, Johns
Good
Pass.
idea. That'd
so
be a good
I
idea.
expect him to answer that
The
question.
gauntlet has been thrown. Tony
Okay.
Belmont.
In 1965, Help premiered
By
here in
the
United States.
Rolling
Oh,
Stones?
The Beatles. Yeah, you heard of them?
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
actually.
those are some relatively popular guys.
I need somebody.
And
Help.
in 1984, on this date, the South Fork was sold. The big ranch on Dallas, 200 acres, turned it into a hotel. Sad, eh?
Hey.
Frank, you're killing us, man. Hurry up.
Okay, and birthdays today. In 1754,
You really are killing me, Frank.
King Louis the 16th, who was, killed on Bastille Day,
Right,
him and
yeah,
Marie Antoinette,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, last king of France.
Isn't there some like? Isn't there like, a drink named
243
after
he
him?
would have
Okay.
been, okay?
243.
Right? Today is Gene Kelly's birthday. I didn't do the math, but he's really old. 1912. He's probably dead. Barbara Eden is 73 years old.
Frank, I gotta tell you, this is going to hell. You gotta kick it
You
up.
guys keep telling me that I'm like the best part of the show.
You are, but you're
Okay.
killing us.
Keith Moon would have been 61 years old today.
Good.
Diane from Cheers, Shelley Long,
Yes.
58.
Get out of here. I remember when she was just 22.
I know. Did I just say Barbara Eden?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dead.
You just said that.
73.
Oh no,
Yep.
she's alive.
Jeannie is 73.
Yeah.
Is she really?
Yeah.
The whole
She
thing
still
with
looks
the
pretty good.
the astronaut and
Rob.
the thing. I love.
Rob.
The first belly button on TV.
Get out of here.
Okay. Rick Springfield, Janet's
Yes.
probably first heartthrob.
Yes.
58.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not a big Rick
And
you
Springfield
were
River
Jesse's
fan.
Phoenix.
girl.
And River Phoenix, had he not been a dummy and stuck a unloaded
Yeah,
gun
yeah,
in his
yeah.
face, would have been 37.
And
Wow.
Okay. And chart toppers today, 1982, Janet's favorite song, "Eye of the Tiger" by Survivor.
By the Featherhair
Number
Band.
one.
Yeah. Did you ever ask today's trivia?
Today's trivia question is, where is the longest uninterrupted piece of sidewalk in the continental United States located?
Ooh.
Are
I
you
know
kidding
that
me?
one.
Now
I
you're
know that
insulting
one.
our guests.
You know what, Frank? Thank you very much. One thing you forgot to mention is this week marks the 40th anniversary of the Big Mac.
Are you
Thank
kidding?
very
There
much.
is no
You had to
proof.
We
get that
are
into the show somehow. It's all you've been talking about is the
We
Big
are gonna
Mac.
take our
When was the
first-
last Big Mac you ate?
Last week.
I
We're
know,
gonna
she
take.
says she has
really?
one every week.
We're going to take our first break of the night, and as soon as we return, we're going to be chatting with
know that.
David Warner from the Creative Loafing.
That's
Thank you
wonderful.
very much, Frank and
Thank you,
Rob.
guys.
Thanks.
Frankie, that was great. I appreciate it. You really.